Hello again, friends. Welcome back to twitch.tv/SuperBerry, and welcome back to the Long Dark for our fourth attempt at the Backpacker Rally Challenge. Now, when last we left our intrepid Astrid, she had some scrambling to do. Last time we got a significant turn in RNG in that for the first time we got the hunter cache. One of the prepper caches came loaded with cured guts, cured saplings, quality tools, and just a bunch of stuff we needed. Basically eliminating curing time for us. Our other RNG has been lacking though. Now we have one hammer, obviously because we did forge. And we can probably get one in Forsaken Airfield. The problem is we also only have one stim. And the three spots that I thought were reliable stim spawns in Broken Railroad all came up empty. So we're going to have to backtrack to find one. Now the good news is that we might not have to backtrack all that far. Because it slipped my mind in the moment, but there is one more memento cache that can get us on our way. Also, hey Oliver, good to see you. Hope your weekend's going well. We're just going to get going here. If I'm right, we only need to backtrack as far as Forlorn Muskeg and hit up a memento cache, and the stim we need should, I say should, be in there. So let's go check it out. So far so chill? Good. Good to hear. Okay. Now let me do a quick check for myself here. Make sure we have... Okay, we are light-ish. And we are wearing all the clothes. Good. We got those. Okay. And we probably have left several heavy things in here. Yes.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yeah. Now, here's the reason I'm doing this. We're going to do a little maneuver we did last time. And I'm going to go up to also hi Safety Birch. Y'all take your time. Yeah, I am going to take all this stuff. I'm going to lug it up to the top of this hill. And I'm going to drop it there. Because if this stim is where I think it is, we can just pop in, grab it, turn around, and then I say we just go, go, go. Because we are just about to tick over into day 5 of this, was it like 4 hours, 4 days, 23 hours, and like 23 minutes. So still very much on pace to improve our time in this challenge, but you know, given the twists and turns of this particular run, I would like to smash that as much as possible. And also, if it's decent traveling weather, just get there while the getting's good. Because as we have seen in previous runs, the weather can get in our way with a quickness. Because yeah, closing out last time, going down to the Broken Railroad Ravine, netted us a tin of coffee, and that was about it. So yeah, this we're not gonna drop the crow feathers because I do not want to pick them all up one by one. That would be maddening. Okay. And again, same with the arrowheads. And drop the tools. Okay, that will make Astrid significantly lighter. Oh right. And just to keep her going, let's take our one pre-prepared cup of coffee. Yeah. And make sure to leave that all out in a very prominent place, in that the bright red toolbox on that white spot, the white little white mound of snow, should be a pretty obvious indicator of where we need to look. Now the hour is late, and the sky is clear, and Forlorn Muskeg has already screwed with us many times this run, including following a blizzard immediately with an aurora. So we are going to have to be on our guard. But again, like I said, if things are where I believe them to be, we don't have to expose ourselves to its whims that much. Because yeah, when we first went there, in my haste to collect all the things at Poacher's, we we did pick up a note, and that note, as it turned out, was for a prepper cache, or not a prepper cache, a memento cache on the broken railroad side of the muskeg. Now on Loper, it is one of those that spawns on Loper, but it's also rather disappointing. Like when I checked it in my Loper run, it had like a can of dog food and accelerant, which I mean it's not nothing, but it's not much either. But if memory serves, on non-Loper difficulties, it should spawn an MRE, the aforementioned accelerant, and a stim. Because right now we just have the one, and we need two to complete the challenge. Now, this isn't necessarily going to be easy because it is a little tucked away, and it also, it just happens to be in the neighborhood of a bear cave. So we can't be too cavalier about going charging in. And I guess that's even assuming I can actually get around the way I think I can. If we can't, we're going to have to take a little bit more circuitous route. That's also part of the reason why I wanted to make sure we lightened Astrid's load as much as possible, so she could sprint if she needed to, because the Forlorn Muskeg ice is gonna. It has its little capricious ways, and it could suddenly decide to no longer support Astrid, but somehow support a bear. Because, like they say in the loading screen, the game strives for realism in some areas, but the main goal is to give us an interesting set of choices. Hey, Inflated Beef, good to see ya. Um, it's been a day slash week. Um, this run is it's potentially going to take a very positive turn if my memory of how the memento caches work is in fact accurate, and we're just about to see that. But I hope you're having a good day, Beef. Yeah, it's been it's going to be a short weekend for me, even shorter than usual, because I work tomorrow being Sunday, and I volunteered for a thing for work this morning, which was fine. I mean, it's working with local high school students, coaching them up on like job interview skills and giving them practice and that sort of thing, which they have even less of here than they do in the U.S. There is the aforementioned bear. It's good that we have eyes on it. I really do not like how close it is. And I guess one nice thing about the whole thing is, I basically gave up half a day, but I get a full day off in recompense. Okay, so we can't. I think can we get there? I think we can get there. Okay, good. We can at least get there from here. Now, can we get out easily? I think we're about to find out. Yeah. Oh, open. What do you think? Aha. Aha. Mm-hmm. And sure, I'll take some accelerant. 28% MRE. You can just keep that. Nice. Okay, we have our stim. Now we do not have all the things officially. We are still down a hammer, but we can take care of that in Forlorn. We're in Forlorn. We can take care of that in the airfield, because basically all in Sundry have told me there are there are several reliable hammer spawns in that zone. And if that is indeed the case, then I feel okay with taking off and then, I guess, trusting the judgment of Bash and Sick of Antics and Sweet. They wouldn't all lie to me, would they?
The sun is setting.
No, I think
Soon.
we'll be okay. So, the plan, such as it is, we're gonna pop back into Broken Railroad. Gonna grab all the stuff we left on there in that nice little mound of snow, and we're just gonna go. We're going to save all our crafting. Excuse me. Until we get to probably to Junker's Paddock. Because I think once we leave Broken Railroad, that is the next workbench. Because we have all the feathers. We have crafted the arrowheads. We have all the because thanks to the Broken Railroad Memento cache and the Hunter Prepper cache, we have all the cured items we need. And we have 2 hacksaws plus metal to fix them. We now have 2 stims, and we have 1 hammer. So as far as I'm concerned, that is good enough to travel. I think we're just gonna we now the one of the big differences, other than the cache RNG, one of the big differences in this run compared to previous runs is we are not awash in energy providing substances, shall we say. There is no stimming to be done because we need both of those for the challenge. We have only one tin of coffee, and we had to go to the Broken Railroad Basin to get that. I think we have a go drink. Or did I use that? No, we didn't use it. Okay. So we do still have that. So the plan, such as it is, yeah, I did just say that, didn't I? I did. Okay. But yeah, what I'd like to do, aside from avoiding all of these walls, what I'd like to do is fuck right off. I shot you in the fucking head. As I was saying, we can. Oh, we're gonna grab our stuff. We'll probably do a little bit of inventory management. We probably don't need all the things that are on us at the moment. But let's get. I think if we can push Astrid and at least um, get her to the train depot, and then we can take a pause there if we need to, and we can cook up the coffee, and maybe give her a little sleep if we need to. Yeah, I know. It's like I said, we strive for realism in some areas, but is dealing. No, 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 no. We're not doing that. We have had that discussion many times before. I have made I have made my point many times over, and the game continues to refuse to listen. So we're just gonna carry on. Okay,
I need to find a place to rest.
we're just gonna grab all the things, and then we'll see about inventory management. All right. Yeah, we are currently non-sprint. Okay, we don't. We only need 5 of those. Thank
This
you, though.
pack is getting kind of heavy.
Yeah, we'll need light sources for the tunnel. Don't need a pry bar. We will need the knife for crafting. We need the tools. We can keep the flares for crafting and for warding off nasties as we're out and about. Okay, the clothing, the clothing is what it is. We have our go juice. We have our 2 stims. We have some birch bark tea if we need. And we have fire starting mats, although we don't have much. There'll be sticks along the way. Okay, we dropped a birch sapling and a pry bar. Not exactly S tier inventory management. So yeah, we're not exactly going to be swift, but we will be steady. Hey, icy curves. How do you survive in this game the longest? Honestly, what I would say, and I think what the piece of advice I hear people who are actually good at this game say the most, biggest thing you can do to help yourself survive longer is learn the maps. If you get a handle on like the map layouts, what's where where is it, where can you take shelter from a storm? Where is there usually loot? Knowing that without having to,
I'll take it.
without having to consult physical maps or online maps, if you can get that in your head, stuck away in your head, that'll help a lot because you'll know where to loot, you'll know where you can shelter, you'll know places to avoid where um, where bears tend to patrol, where wolves tend to patrol. You'll know to steer clear of those kind of places.
This'll come in handy.
Yeah, that'd be my first piece of advice. And you don't have to do it all right away. Like you can just start with one particular zone that you don't mind spending a lot of time in, like say Mystery Lake, and then just learn that map like the back of your hand. Like learn it to the point where if you get stuck in a blizzard, you know where you can go and be safe and then ride things out. Okay, well, let's get out of here and let's get moving into the new zone. I would also say if there are other people like learning from other streamers, or like streamers or YouTubers. Is that a megatorch? Okay, not quite a megatorch, but an above average torch. But yeah, watch. You can watch other people. See what they do. How do they approach things, and yet steal ideas. A lot of the learning in this game is done by trying and failing, and then making sure you don't make those mistakes again. But if you can speed that up by seeing other people make those mistakes and then preventing yourself from falling prey to them, then you're ahead of the game. But yeah, learn maps. Let me ask this, Icy, what is giving you difficulty? What is it some game mechanics? Is it getting lost? Where do you think you're finding issues? I will also say, if you want, if you don't mind looking up videos, check out Zach Nafane's channel on YouTube. He specifically has a video where he talks to a whole bunch of veteran players, and they give a series of tips for people who want to get better at the long dark. And spoiler, number one is learn the maps, but they talk about a lot of other stuff too. And sometimes it's pretty common sense to embrace death, as macabre as that sounds. But like it's still you're every death is a learning experience, and celebrate your little victories. Like if you survive one day longer than your previous best, then celebrate. If you bring down your first moose, celebrate. Hey, sweet, good to see ya. How you doing? Be another mega torch. Mega torch. Pow. Also, hey, we'll give sweet a good and proper welcome here. There we go. Yes, yes, sweet. If for anyone who doesn't know her, and shame on you, you should. Yes, Sweet is among the fantastic streamers in this community, and one of our top 3 in this year challenge in our division. Is that an improvement? It is not. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Sweet. I finally joined the ranks of you and Sick of Antics. I finally got the Hunter Cache. Now, unfortunately, RNG in other places decided it was going to be nowhere near as friendly. But still, we are very much on pace to post an improved time. And we're going to take the customary steps. If you're hungover without drinking, oh no. You've had all for the last 2 days. You've had a work type all-day work event. Ooh, some type of event after work. Getting home late. Stay. Oh yeah, that sounds rough. I hope you are able to recover over the weekend. 'Cause that's yeah, I know as doing work and then being asked to do extra work related stuff after hours is a very good way to end up burning out quite quickly. Oh, you'll be fine. Just okay, good, good. Yeah, as long if you say you're going to be good, then I'll take your word for it. Okay, yeah, it's good. It's good that it was fun. Yeah, because I'm kind of in the same boat. I basically have a half day off this week because it was going to be one of my usual 1 day weekends because like work and staffing and stuff. Astrid, go down, go down, down, down. Astrid, not up, not sideways, down. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, yeah, because I got done with work yesterday. I got to work tomorrow, and then there was kind of kind of a CSR thing for work today, this morning, where we brought in a bunch of high school kids, and then we kind of coached them up on job interview skills. I mean, it was good fun, and I'm glad I did it. I'm happy to do those kind of things, and it also helps that they incentivize us doing it, where we get a full day of vacation in return. But yeah, so this it's going to be like a quarter of a weekend for me on amid all the other nonsense. We're down one person. The new hire we thought was coming isn't coming. We're down another person for at least another 2 weeks because she's moving back to India. And then our boss decided to extend his stay in the UK for a couple weeks. So yes, it's quite lonely in the office. You don't get out much. So it was a lot. I am right there with you, sweet. This is I don't get out on the town all that much either, so it was this was between the work and then the work related outside of work stuff. It's a lot, but it's for the kids. We do it for the kids. Okay, there's plate layers. Now, before we go on, do we have any remaining sodies? We have a remaining sodie. Well, here, let's dry Astrid out a little bit then. We don't want to dip too much into her traveling food, but it would. There we go. Oh, right. Let's also, real quick. Yeah, we have ample lantern fuel, so no need to worry about that. Yeah, I am embracing the kind of the ethos of being meaner to Astrid, at least when it comes to these speed runs that we do. Okay, yeah, should probably have a light on, shouldn't I? Okay, there we go. Okay. Does any of this happen to be edible?
Looks like this has been here a while.
Nope. Moving on. Yeah, the fact we had to hustle around and then if we do we were short a hammer and a stim for quite some time. We did. I finally remembered that the memento cache in Forlorn Muskeg has a stim, so we're good there. So we're going to the airfield down at Hammer, but as Sweet and others have said, we can probably feel fairly confident there will be a hammer somewhere in the airfield. But me being me, I wasn't about to set out with both, being down a hammer and a stem, because the all the reliable stem locations that I know of, other than the one that is apparently guaranteed in the dam, they all came up bupkis for me. So yeah, while we did get the S tier bunker. This is still not going to be a leaderboard kind of time, but that's fine. I did. That's not what we set out to do. We're just trying to shave down our time as much as possible. And seeing as when we started this stream, we had just ticked over into day 5, and our current best time is 9 days, 9 hours, I feel like we're going to be okay in that. Now, things could still happen, of course. Blizzards could still happen. They have happened this run. And, and if the game wanted to be particularly mean, like it was in Forlorn Muskeg, it could immediately follow those blizzards with an aurora. But unless and until that happens, I say we go. Let's just go. Is there? Yeah, I don't. I can't. remember if there's a is the wolf up here? I don't know. So sometimes there's a like there's that little set of train cars off to the right that you don't have to go, but it's that's I think that there is an open car in there. I don't know if there's a fire barrel in there too. It's been a long time since I looked in there, but I think one of them might be open. But yeah, it's my memory is that there can be a wolf in that little part of the zone. So we do still want to be careful because like given our energy level, any struggle we get into could be a prolonged one, and we do not want that. Okay, yeah. I can see the train cars now, just past that bridge. Oh yeah, well we have people here. I know. LD has been in multiple
Way
people's
down.
chats
I'm gonna
talking
stay
about
here.
how he's already working on his next tournament. I just feel like so we don't necessarily want to guess what he's up to because that feels like a fool's errand. But what would everyone like to see in the next tournament? Like what would you like to see another speed run? More fetch questing, like speed crafting. It's like get from one place to another without speed cooking maybe, or is it like maybe does everyone spawn on Stalker and then see how many wolves you can bring down in X number of days? I think that'd be pretty straightforward for an LD tournament, but it could be. I will say I quite like having these the kind of speed run type events. If for no other reason, then they do keep things fairly contained. Like they don't. I mean, not like I have to remind anyone that Long Dark is a very open-ended game. But if you know, like, oh, I only need to be alive for a certain number of days, and the run's only going to be so long, then like if you're a streaming type person, it's 1-2 streams tops, and then you can start a new run, or you can move on to something else. The Wolf Kill idea sounds like, yeah, I think I believe Koru did something like that a while back, where I think she spawned on Stalker, and then she was allowed to loot, but then like the minute she got a gun and ammo, she had to basically strip Astrid down to nothing, and then kill as many wolves as possible within I don't know within X number of days. And she got a lot. Now, admittedly, she was on Stalker, so it's not that hard to rack up wolf kills if you're of a mind to do so. But it was still quite an impressive feat. And yeah, she got a lot of kills, but she also got more than her share of ducky hugs. So lots of bandages, lots of disinfectant or old man's beard as well, which makes sense because especially just starting out, your revolver skill isn't that high, and you're not necessarily going to drop every wolf you come across. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely all of it. That's being going au naturel would also mean plenty of frostbite as well. Although fortunately, there's only so much frostbite you can have before you're out of places that can freeze. But one thing I do appreciate, and I think LD was saying this. Yeah, he was in here yesterday. We were talking about this. Um, it is good that he's going to try to lean on more people earlier in the tournament creation process, so we can do a little bit more do a little bit more beta testing earlier on, and then try to get some of the wrinkles and the kinks worked out before the community starts doing it. And then as uh, as we found multiple stages along the way, there are things that could make runs go very, very right that might not be in the spirit of the challenge, and also things that could make runs go very wrong if you're not careful. Like, I don't know, leaving stuff to cure in a prepper cache and then having them not cure at all. Just to pull an example out of a hat. But now I don't know, like what do we call that? The prepper cache propagation thing, whatever. That the the thing that Bashrobe highlighted. That was that other Korean streamer also that had a video on, like the guy who was the world record holder in Darkwalker speedrunning for a little bit before Cass overhauled him. I mean, would that have come out if there wasn't for an entire community of people just trying to power through these runs and then science them to the point of getting such minute levels of detail? And speaking of, here's Bash himself. Hey Bash, good to see you. The run is back on track thanks to my remembering that there is a memento cache in Forlord Muskeg that does in fact have a stim on non-loper level. So we did have to backtrack, just not that far. We were able to just duck in, grab it, slip by the bear, and then send Astrid on her way to the airfield. We are still down a hammer, but we have been reassured many times over that there should be one waiting for us there somewhere. So yeah, we are cooking. That's perfectly fair, Bash. I am the person who's played. I am a uh, a semi-regular stalker player, so I should have remembered that. Someone who plays on Loper consistently, there's no reason for them to remember that, because like that's when I found that cache on Loper, it had a can of dog food and an accelerant, which again is fine, but it's not particularly memorable. But yeah, that it is that was a welcome thing to remember. Basically, in the interim between last night's stream and this one, it used to be identical when you got. Oh, just forgot sense. Okay, yeah, because yeah, it is it's dicey because like I mean between some mementos just not spawning on Loper, and then or the loot being downsized, and then that long stretch where memento notes that were meant to be found in visors just weren't there at all. It would have been very easy to forget because like it's what would be the point in remembering? Is that more? No, that's firewood. Actually, I'll happily take firewood. Okay, so now the going down to the Broken Railroad basin, looking for the stim and getting our heart broken there. The one good part about that is we did get our sole tin of coffee. So what I want to do, I want to stop in the train depot up here and get that cooked up. Now the thing will be, do why we stop? Why we stop? Yeah, do we press on from there in the hopes that the weather stays relatively benign, or do we give Astrid some sleep? All things being considered, I'm of a mind to keep her going. I do want to cook the coffee, and I don't. Is there a fire barrel at Junker's paddock? I don't remember. Yeah, if there isn't, we would have to just do a plain old outside fire, and who knows what kind of lifespan they would have. Okay, yeah, I'm talking myself into this plan. Oh yeah, we'll get into the depot. We'll cook up the coffee. Honestly, what we'll probably do is we'll consume some of the coffee as we go, and we get to Junker's paddock, and then we can set about the business of crafting. Because we have all the carrot stuff, we have all the arrows, we have all the arrowheads, we have all the feathers, and we have the knife and the quality tools. It's just we need to we need to get the crafting done. That's going to be whatever 15 times 45 is for the arrows, and then 5 hours for the bow. 11.75. Thank you, Bash. Appreciate that. Yeah, so that's just shy of 17 hours of crafting. So that is no, it is. It's only six. It's only minus six. Actually, what are we complaining about? Yeah, we'll take things as we go. But at the very least, we need to get the coffee cooked up now, because there's not going to be another chance to do it unless we stop and make our own fire. Grab that. We'll probably have a use for it. Now this time we remember which way the door opens. Okay. Take our torch. Got plenty of matches. Oh yeah, let's. I think we need a little bit of water, so we will avail ourselves of the urinal. Okay, that's 3 cups of coffee right there, pretty much. And we'll grab a book just to speed things along. Okay, and torch and cattail head and book, and we'll take our 80% roll. I love the little fireplace. It's like the given everything around us, the green tiles. It is just that it's a little splash of color and personality. You just don't get in too many places. Okay. There we are. Nope, no, on the cooking spot, please. I don't know what weird kind of configuration you were going for, Astrid. Okay, we have how much water? We have 1.8. Okay, we should have enough for the coffee, and then some. And as we're doing this, let me. Is there any other extra weight we want to shed? Well, I mean, we don't. Those aren't exactly weighing us down, I gotta say. Our clothing is in very meh condition, but I don't. Repairing clothing doesn't feel like the best use of our time. We could eat these couple things of dog food to try to lighten our load that way. We got hacksaw, hammer. We got our knife, quality tools, birch, maple, guts, and then hacksaw repair materials. Oh, and yes, our 2 stims. Actually, let me go ahead and do that now. These, we might as well. Cans of dog food, not exactly being good traveling food, but it's will give us a little hydration and some caloric value. Okay, 187 calories. That's probably worth keeping. Okay, and then our one last coffee, and we'll go ahead and make up a little bit more water. Might as well. We'll be down, yeah, down to half a liter. And yeah, we have survived. We are 5 days in, and we are working on day 6. Yeah, we're gonna have we're gonna have at least more than half a day, like almost 3/4 a day of crafting. Okay, got that. Okay. I do not like the sound of that. If I step out here, it is okay. Still two. It's still 2 down arrows, right? Yeah, it feels like -10. And when we're protected from the wind, it feels like 1 down arrow. So, do we... Actually, let me... If we're gonna go... Here, let's do a test run. Okay, now we're down to 3 down arrows. I definitely do not love that. Thing is, if we wait for sunrise, there's no guarantee the weather's going to be better. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, if we take off, it's going to be, even with, if we get a warm up of coffee, it's going to be 3 down arrows. And the next place for us to stop is going to be a cave part of the way through. I don't love it. I feel like this is... I feel like this might be the wiser play. Here, let's at least see if we can get Astrid to sunrise and see what things are like then. Okay, definitely quieter. Okay, 2 down arrows still, but you know what? It's fine. I'll even give her a cup of coffee to get her moving. Okay. Yeah, legs. Okay, I see that, and I see, I think Langston Mine has been, as long as that sign has been there, I think Langston Mine has been visible on it, I think. I know, it's been since December. I just wonder, is that new zone? I think the new zone is probably. I have to go back and check the dev diaries. It seems like the new zone might even arrive this year. And if that's the case, I am definitely eager to see, especially if like I imagine that if like the mine could be like like HRV or Ash Canyon, but like down rather than up. You guys are leaving it for the winter update. That would make sense. They kicked things off with the airfield, and then after a year, they dropped the mine on us, and then the inevitable patches and the fixes and the whatnots, and then at some point, we maybe at the end of year 2 of this update cycle, we get whatever that third new zone is. Oh, jeez, come on. All right, there we go. All right. Let's keep things moving, Astrid. But yeah, I think yeah, I certainly don't want them to rush those. I mean, like even there are things that need fixing just in the game in general, and like then episode 5 is still very much a focus, I would imagine. Although what I wonder is like because I know
Can't feel my hands.
they split the game. I think they split the team where they have some people working on story and some people working on they have some people working on survival mode. Unless there's going to be stuff beyond episode 5, would they just combine the teams again and have everyone pulling on survival mode, or like have them focus on DLC? I mean, that'd be great. Having more hands, more eyeballs you could throw at the various tweaks and adjustments that the game needs. You think we got at least one new region every year? So pretty sure it'll come out this year. Okay, that'd be great. I'd be all for that. Okay. Okay, guys, we are actually warm in here, which is strange. Okay. I don't know why I checked the visors. There's no reason to check the visors outside of lower Great Bear, but you know what? We're gonna do it anyway.
Cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
But yeah, I'm very much in your camp, Bash. And winter would make the most sense. I just my hope is that maybe they would release it a little earlier, because I know like last time there was the whole issue of releasing it and then people Hinterland having people go for their winter holiday break, and then you know, issues happened, and a lot of those issues had to wait to be addressed until people came back to work. Hey, not that I begrudge people their time away and then spending the holidays with family or whomever they choose to. Certainly not. It's just maybe a little earlier this time, so then they can, if similar issues post update happen, we can get those ironed out to have more people playing over those last couple weeks of the year and have the game in a good state. Rather than just having to shrug our shoulders and say, well, they'll get to it when they get to it, which they do. For the record, I mean, Hinterland does get to these things. Just sometimes it takes a bit. Now I think Sweet. I saw Sweet go down. I think not far from here. And that is a admirable bravery. But yes, I just my issue is I wouldn't be all that sure where I am when I land. Well, I guess I can see the airfield from here. It's right the heck out there. So if I just go that way, is that actually doable? You'll be in the basin right by the airfield. I don't actually it does. It seems doable. If we just go down that way and then basically head straight. Now this will preclude our Junker's paddock strategy, but we could craft in the We can craft in the hangar. Okay. Well, I don't think we have much of a choice but to go this way. Careful. That, well, that was bound to happen, wasn't it?
That splits a bit.
All right, just, steady on, Astrid. Keep those cheeks together. Okay. Can we get through here? I don't. Well, we're gonna have to because this is a.
I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
How about we? How about we try
That's a bit.
over here?
I'll make it. Ow! Ow!
Okay, there we go. Okay, aiming for the white stuff. There we go. Oh, okay. That's a little more drastic than I would have preferred, but you know what? Fine. Is that a way we can go, or do I want to go this way? Oh yeah, any goat I do is highly unlikely to be pain free. Yeah, no, this is like a slope. Let's take the slope. What do we say we take the nice slope? All right. Steady on, Astrid. You got this. Okay. We're at the bottom. Okay. And we'll bandage up our footsies. The other wrist can just wait. I don't think you need two healthy wrists to craft, so we're just gonna power through. Go right and up to the airfield. Okay, well, here we go then. Thank you for that, sweet. I appreciate that. Yeah, so yeah, we'll go. Oh, yeah, the one thing this will help is it'll also facilitate our hopefully finding a hammer that much quicker. And yeah, then we'll just have to craft. Yeah, the only workbench is in the basement, I think. And we have our lantern, and we have we have a fair amount of fuel. We can top it up. So because I think if you start a fire in the forge, that light does not necessarily carry over to the workbench. And I think at least it didn't the last time I tried. If not at the many locations around the hangar, it'll be at the actual cottage. Well, that'll be a long way to go down to Hammer, but it'll be exciting. But we'll check the hangar. Um, we'll check the work I don't know the whatever the one is on the way to the terminal, the place where you can't start a fire inside because reasons. Okay, so this is going to spit us out here. Presumably, we should be able to see our destination at some. Actually, that might be it right there. Yep, there's the control tower. All right, well that was easy. All right. And I guess one nice thing about that, in addition to like potential time savings, is we gave any wolves between us and here the old end around. Okay. Well, let's go. Let's go on our hammer search. Because what that will also help us do is, we'll drop our stuff in the basement, and that'll also help get Astrid moving just that little bit faster. Oh, sure. Why not? I will take that, and we'll just dump that in the basement. Actually, no. Let me just go ahead and use a torch. We can save our lamp oil for any extended crafting sessions.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Yes, yes, Astrid. What's that? A flight jacket. A pretty decent one, too. That is actually a significant improvement. Okay, well, no hammer here. Although maybe that's not entirely surprising.
Looks like this has been here a while.
Okay, well let's take our materials here. We'll just whack as many of them in there as we can. Nope. Okay, can't do that. Okay. Drop that and that. Okay, well, at least now we can sprint. Okay, so now off to find that heckin' hammer. Oliver, that was a combination of cold damage and me trying a goat I had never attempted before. And Astrid did get the job done eventually, but there was some awkwardness on the way down.
Man, I could use a drink.
No, everything is fine. We're just working through some stuff. It's a fun place to find an improvised knife, just stuck into a tire. So yeah, we are here. We got here a little faster thanks to that goat. So now we are on a search for the hammer that is going to give us clearance. Nah, airline humor. Oh yes, get the hammer we need to complete the run. Now, I myself have never found a hammer here, but Sweet and many others have, so I'm going to trust their judgment and have actually, we probably shouldn't even be looting desks because since when is there a hammer in a desk? We got scrap metal we don't necessarily need. I'll grab it just in case we fail one of those repairs. Okay. All right. Nothing there. Around here, don't. None of our leather goods need repair at the moment. Okay. I mean, do we check upstairs? Let's check the out of doors while we still have light. Okay, yeah, we'll start over here and then we'll work our way out. We'll just work our way out toward the other buildings. Yeah, I think on my very first visit here on Stalker, there was a hammer actually in one of in that little shed that's way out at the far end of that runway. Oh, god dang it. Didn't bring a pry bar.
This will come in handy.
No, and
I think I can use this.
yeah, we are good in the gauntlet department. Thank you, though. Okay. Scrap lead? Really? We'll definitely take that. Yeah, we're not hammer unlikely in here. Now, I think it was Sweet who gave me like an entire rundown of places
I think I can use this.
hammers could spawn, and big ups to her for doing that. I have evidently forgotten every single one. Hey Q, good to see you. How is the weekend treating you so far? We're just running around here collecting sodas, looking for a hammer. Because we found the stim we were short on
This stuff will come in
yesterday.
handy.
So we decided to make for the airfield as soon as possible. And so here we are, but until we get our hands on a second hammer, we are in kind of a holding pattern. Okay, helicopter on the runway in the hatch. Okay, helicopter. Shelf in the storage room building across from the tower. Shed near the burnt down building across from the hangar. Then the shed down the runway. And if none of those, then the cottage. Okay. We will we'll do some process of elimination. Oh, the plane on the runway. Oh, so like that one maybe. The storage room across from the tower. Okay, so the storage room. Oh wait, um, storage room across, maybe over there. Okay, well we'll work our way over there. Okay. Also keep an eye out for any wolf-like creatures that might happen to be in the area. Okay. No dice there.
We're getting cold.
And no dice there. Okay, so storage room across from the tower. Well, there's the tower. I guess we check these. And then in the shed area near the burnt down building across the hangar. Okay. Aha! 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 And another hacksaw too, but more importantly,
I could use
hammer!
this.
Huzzah! Friends, it's crafting time. And not a moment too soon, because the weather, it sucketh. Okay, so now, I guess in the absence of workbenches anywhere else, we're just going to have to go to the basement. We're going to craft as long as... Yeah, we're going to craft as long as light allows. And then we're going to start burning through lamp oil. And then, if it still doesn't behave, then we also have flares on us if we need, and torches for that matter. But we don't want to burn through all of those because we still have the trip to the we still have the trip to the island cottage ahead of us, and we know there are wolfies out there waiting to introduce themselves quite vigorously. Okay, and as you do, you chase your Stacy's grape soda with a nice big cup of coffee. Oh, thoughts on your last um hang on, Q. Sorry, I missed something. What did I miss? You made someone doing ASMR read the oh, so an ASMR person read the Wikipedia article for quantum mechanics? Hmm. Was it, I mean, did it have the desired effect? Because if so, then hey, mazel tov. Although I hope there weren't too many equations in that. 'Cause I don't. Because you would have to have a reader with a particular set of knowledge to be able to read those out and be comprehensible. Oh, hang on, we gotta get all of our stuff. We'll just take
I'm not going to be able to carry this load
all
for
the
much
things.
longer.
There we go. Oh right, yeah, we need to make that. Okay, we'll start with the arrow shafts. Oh, they were confident that you could do the entire thing. They realized that. Well, as as we have well learned on this channel, overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. Hey, cool, good to see you. Maybe the secret to teaching calculus is ASMR recordings in the textbooks. You know what? If we are in an era where we're supposed to, we're trying to be competitive in the STEM fields, couldn't hurt, right? Okay, how many did we get through? We made 2. Okay, that's fine. That's fine though. Where's my lantern? There's my lantern. We're gonna refuel. Yeah, that is honestly not a bad shout. Okay. Okay, now I'm just gonna put that there, and then we're gonna continue. Oh, hang on. Okay, we should probably have Azure eat something. The last thing we want is to lose well fed as we power through to victory. Vibration has a longer article than quantum mechanics. Huh. We will. No, we're just. Carrot Sean is going to make the trip with us. We that is something we have established. Okay, now we go. You gotta go for a bit. Can I catch you one? Okay. Appreciate you being here, Oliver. Yeah, go take care of whatever you need to take care of. Appreciate you being here.
So tired.
Okay. Oh yeah, actually, that we nabbed it just as it was about to go out, which is fantastic. And we can just fill it right up, put it back, and do some more crafting. And thank you for that, Oliver. I appreciate that. Also read an orbital recipe and the interorbital region. Very specific requests, but okay. But yeah, whatever works for people. Where it's you got to meet the audience where they are.
I just need to close my eyes.
Actually, was there? I thought I saw another storm lantern somewhere in here. Maybe it was upstairs. Yeah, it's probably upstairs. All right. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. We are, we are committed. We are doing the thing. The interorbital region is located between the eye and the interior to the brain case. Okay, that actually does sound familiar, Q. Mostly because I did take an anatomy and physiology class in high school, so some of that does ring a semblance of a bell. Okay.
I am too tired to think straight.
Hey, there's archery 2. We also have a spare arrowhead we can drop. All right, we have 15 arrowheads. Also means we can drop this, because we're going to be crafting the survival bow with our knife. Also birds, many other animals. Says interorbital region consists of a thin orbital septum, may be pierced by a hole of a larger or smaller size connecting the eye sockets. Cool. Yeah, we focused on human anatomy. We never got into much in the way of animal uh, anatomy or physiology. Here, I'm gonna drink both these birch bark teas. We can use the restoration. We are losing a fair bit of condition. Okay, now let's let's just go. Let's do the thing. Okay, and we have the electrofog. Well, it's a good thing we are where we are. Okay. Oh shoot, no, we're not quite done. We still need to repair our hacksaws. Lovely. Okay, there we go. Now we can drop. So we can drop those two. And so we have two 100% hacksaws. Our hammers are on the ground. We got a bow. We got arrows. There we go. Now, I don't... Okay, there we go. Yeah, we are... Is there other stuff we can drop? We don't need all those. Never did need that. Okay, can't use those. Gotta remember that. We do not have any spare clothing on us. We can grab some water upstairs. We don't need that. We're going to take the flares just in case. Okay. Well, we're still not fast by any means. Well, okay, gosh. This electrofog is particularly poorly timed. Yeah, insomnia, because like the what they call the glimmer fog is happening outside, and that's what gives you insomnia risk. Now that's not necessarily such a concern because like we're not going to be sleeping until we get to the cabin. Where the issue comes in is that it's glimmer fog, which is going to make visibility absolute trash. Okay, we do want some water. Just want to check any YOLO go juices happen to be in the neighborhood. Coffee maybe? No coffee. Okay. Well, I mean, okay, we could check or we could just go. My concern is primarily the lack of visibility out there. Uh, can be a go drink on the bathroom sink and on the shelf of the bunk room. Huh. As also possible stim. Well, it's okay. Oh, geez. And wow, that marine flare. Thank you for that pointing that out,
It's been
sweet.
a while.
That marine flare looks awfully black for a blue flare. We'll check the bunker room here real quick. Okay, so this will go some way to helping our mobility issues, if only for a little bit. But unfortunately, oh geez. Okay, well, here's there's that stim we didn't know was going to be there. Okay, yeah. So now our main concern is being out and about in the electrofog. Now we do have a fairly solid idea which direction we need to go. Let's just pop our head out and check and see how bad it is. That is pretty bad. Yeah, and now I can't remember if this also does the same thing as the Aurora and it supercharges the wildlife. But yeah, traveling in this is just. If you follow the runway down to the shed, make a slight left and keep going until you hit the lake. Okay. And we should probably be armed as we're going about and doing this. Follow the now like the runway, yeah, the runway that's going out towards the lake, and then out down to the shed, and then turn left. Okay. Yeah, so we follow this strip, and then take a right up here, go down to the shed, veer left. Yeah, we went past that plane. Then we go right. Now I know there are wolves out there, or at least there usually are. Yeah, usually my guidepost is like when we go out and then we go down on the water. If you go past the floating wolf corpse, you'll know if that's on your left, you know you're going in the right direction. But of course, that's going to be a little more difficult for us to get a handle on in the current conditions. And yeah, here's our turnoff. You see the lights going off that way. I took a yeah, I took anatomy Q. Although I will that I took the anatomy was like in 1998, so My memory might be rusty, to say the least. Does the medial palpebral ligament connect to? Does. Heck if I know. I mean, the use of the word palpebral kind of makes me feel it's somewhere in the hand region, also known as the medial canthal tendon. Oh, well, why didn't you say so? Yeah, no, I am. My memory of that has long been buried under a whole mess of other stuff. In the face. Okay, well. Okay. Oh, all right. I guess there's thing like palpable. That it's a thing you can feel, but maybe there's no guarantee that there was it always meant that. Of course, that yes, not only is the electrofog going, but we're going directly into the wind. Because game gonna game, right? Okay, there we go. We see. Okay, we got the shed. So we take a slight left and then keep going until we hit the lake.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so here's what I'd like to do. I'll get Astrid down on the water, and then we will start powering through our go juices. And then we will keep the emergency stim for an emergency. Because the last thing we want to do is stim and then sprint into fog that happens to be covering the tracks of wolves, and then be completely exhausted when we have to fight said wolves. Yeah. Okay. We are officially on the water. Oh, now let's make sure. Add those to our handy dandy radial. And we go. And we'll just try to keep as steady a course as possible. The lacrimal bone, I believe the lacrimal bone. That sounds like another eyeball region, because like the lacrimal ducts. I think it has to do with the tear ducts. I think. Yeah, that was all context clues. I am no threat to go to enter medical school anytime soon. Also, my attention is being diverted. There's a rather spectacular lightning show going outside my window here. Yeah, I think the we got some remnants of the typhoon that was passing through, maybe, gracing us with their presence. Although if it's just a little thunder, lightning, and rain, it's fine by me. Okay, Shoulder Lake. So that's good. That tells us we are moving in the direction we were hoping for. Although we cannot see for crap. No, we do not have the next medic. We have the person who knows just enough trivia to fool themselves into thinking maybe they should audition for Jeopardy, when really they shouldn't. Now, I have not seen our friendly floating wolf course, so we're not quite on our usual course, which makes me a little bit concerned.
I am too tired to think straight.
Well then, Astrid, how about a little of the hair of the dog that bit you? Oh, hey! The electrofog has gone away. What timing?
I can't feel my feet.
Used to be in Quiz Bowl? Yeah, we never really had anything like that, and it kind of makes me sad. I would. That sounds like the kind of thing I could have had fun doing, but no, we just had to settle for being nerds in general. Okay, 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 okay. All of a sudden, things look familiar and, visible. Make the bowl ourselves. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're okay having like a intramural quiz bowl, you're good to go. All that said, if anyone ever did organize like a long dark community, like a pub trivia night or something, that would probably get a very good response. Hang on, is that? Did I go past the cove again? No, 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 no. That's the bear cave. That is the opposite of the cove. Also, why did the wind sounds just stop? Okay, there we go. Okay. No, I think, yeah, no, up here, eventually, we are going to get to... Yeah, we're going to get to a point where we're going to go up a snowy slope. Oh, heckin' heck, there's a moose right there. I did not know this was a moose spawn point. Okay, there's our destination. Right up there. You know what? We're going to take our one bonus stim. We have one? Yes, we have one. Okay, cove in sight. Dang it. Astrid, Astrid. Do not fight me on this. Run! Run! There's a moose over there. There we go. Powering uphill. Working out those quads.
Oh, so cold.
No hammer, no care. Run, run, run. Drop stims. Drop hammer, drop hammer. Drop hacksaw. Drop arrows. Drop bow. Sleep. Oh, 7 days, 37 minutes. That is time. Almost sub 7. Also, what is that?
I think I need to lay down.
Oh, that's just a plain survival bow that looked white. Actually, no, it isn't. because there's an extra hour because of our sleeping. We did it. Yeah, sub 7. Nice. Thank you, Sweet, for the biddies. Yeah, thank you, Bash. All right, let's quit out, and then we will make absolutely sure of our time. Okay, 7 days, 36, and then we subtract an hour because we sleep. We had to sleep to get the save, which is good cover by Bash. That is 6 days, 23 hours. Excuse me, 36 minutes. That's more than 2 days off of our best time. And all we had to do was nail a 1 in, not even a 1 in 9 roll. It had to be like we had to get the hunter cache, and we had to get it in one of the 2 zones that we were actually going to check. Whew. Yeah, folks, thank you. That was, yeah. I mean, not that people needed further evidence of the power of the hunter cache, but there we go. Um, just remind myself, where was I in our Loper run? Oh yeah, right. When last we left our Loper run, we had just gone to the ravine to get our deer hides and wolf hides and rabbit hides so we could repair all of our clothing. Yeah, because we were in the process of leaving Coastal Highway, and then a bear happened, and then we happened to the bear. We shot it in the kidney with a flare gun, which worked apparently. And best of all, thanks to one of the many remaining glitches, we got our flare shell back. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I think. Well, it's about to tick over into the 30th here, so I think we might, in terms of like tournament runs, I'm good. We're gonna go out on a high. Pseudocentrist depression urchin. What'd you call me? Q, are you asking to be timed out? Because this is how you get timed out. Don't you sass a streamer. I'm just joshing. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna put a pause. We're gonna put a bow on our runs in LD's tournament. And again, actually, let me, not that the man needs it, but just as a salute. Yeah, a salute for LD's help, and then the all the work and the love he's put into this tournament. There. Yeah, big ups to LD for making the tournament, and really looking forward to seeing what he comes up with next. But yeah, we got our time down to less than a week. We're gonna call that there. So I think we're gonna. I am very tired, but let's close out the stream by Let's dust off the Loper run. At the very least, let me grab the hides and guts I need, and then we will schlep them back to Coastal. Yeah, because we do still we still have a we do still have the hide from the aforementioned bear curing, and an absolute stonking amount of bear meat just sitting there waiting to be enjoyed. Because what are bears if not buffets on four legs? Okay. Yeah, anyone who's here just for the tournament run, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for coming by. Yeah, we're gonna do this for probably about an hour or so, and then I'm gonna call it because my half day weekend is catching up with me. But I do, yeah, and as you can see, our bearskin bedroll needs some work too. Okay, so in terms of our clothing, let's see. Yeah, the rabbit skin mitts definitely need some work. Yeah, let's take the rabbit. We'll take a couple deer. Our moleskin coat's actually doing fine, and I think we just repaired our excuse me, our rabbit skin hat. Oh, thank you for the hydrate cue. Well, actually, do we even need to schlep, or can we just do the repairs right here? Lovely. Now, how about these? Yeah, the deerskin pants and the deerskin boots. It, I mean, they still have most of their condition. So, burning an entire hide and guts on them now feels like a bit of overkill. But maybe we can grab a couple and then just like take them with us. Oh, you're gonna take off cue? Okay, no worries. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for coming by. Thank you for the hydrate and the impromptu anatomy refresher. Yeah, and we will catch you next time. Mm. Yeah, food getting a little on the light side for us, but I mean we have yeah we have our pot, we have our skillet. I mean, in truth, we could do more hunting. Or, as I said earlier, we could just go back to coastal and avail ourselves of the many bear steaks that are crying out for Astra's attention. Yeah, they did kind of land in an awkward spot. They're like halfway up, going from the Quonset to the ravine exit. There is a how much birch bark? We have two. Okay. Yeah, um there is that trailer where we have the hide curing and the guts curing. But we didn't get all the meat moved just because there's so dang much. And then even with having blizzards for cover, and we we had a few, it was still I think too risky as far as I was concerned to do those kind of shuttle runs because like having two having two stink lines basically got all the wolves in the immediate vicinity and then some to come our way. And then if you have 3, you're basically ringing the dinner bell for the entire zone. And that is not something I would particularly care to do. So yeah, we'll mosey back. Yeah, I am going to have to give some more thought as to our plans moving forward. Because what our bearskin bedroll is about 70 is at 71%. That is right about the time where we really do want to consider repairing it. Actually, what do we need to repair it? Okay, cloth and then the bear hide. So at the very least we can hang out in coastal. We can keep nomming on that bear. I think we have we have a fishing book we could read. One of the things I was trying to do in coastal was get some more fishing in because I it feels weird to say, but like I hadn't actually tried any of the enhanced fishing since it came out. And what I did experience was honestly quite paltry. And I fished for like 8 to 10 hours, and I got maybe 2 fish. Now, admittedly though, this was on like it was on like fishing skill 2, so it's not that surprising. Now, those 2 fish did happen to be the 2, I guess, the 2 rare fish in for the coastal waters. Look, the red Irish lord, which feels like a mean name, and then the rockfish. I think it took another few hours of fishing before we finally started catching rainbow trout, which is what I wanted all along because we found the recipe for coastal fish cakes, and for some strange reason, it will only work with rainbow trout. Now, why that is, who knows? I guess rainbow trout have some ineffable quality about them that makes them the best fish for fish cakes. It feels like you should be able to substitute. And Astrid here, she has cooking 5. She is a cooking whiz. Substitutions would be a thing that should probably be second nature to her, especially given all the scarcity around her. But for whatever reason, no. Now, which purpose the new fish have besides rockfish? They don't seem that much different. Yeah, I think they're a little bigger. I took screenshots of both. I would have to go back and check. But yeah, they didn't seem all that special. Although I was just overwhelmed by the novelty of having them. Maybe I didn't pay close enough attention. That's always a possibility. Well, I guess the most important thing out of all that was, 1, being able to make the coastal fish cakes, and 2, learning that if you can drop it from your menu, or you can drop it using the 3 key, it means it stinks. Like you can drop the coastal fish cakes with your 3 key, which I should have cottoned onto, even though it doesn't give off any stink lines, but I guess the game still treats it as meat. And if the game still treats it as meat, it means the wolves still treat it as meat. Which I found out the hard way. We did some sciencing. The burbot is bigger. That must be one of the freshwater fish. But the other ones aren't. Some are smaller. Really? I mean, I would hope Hinterland didn't put different fish in the game just because they look cool. Okay. Focus in here real quick. I know some people have said like the hitbox there is wider than you think, and and people like Prof Nels have gone. They've had Party Will just stim sprinting back and forth across the trestle bridge over and over again, which I mean, big ups to them. Wouldn't be me. My confidence is nowhere near that high. Although in truth, well, yeah, one thing we can do, we can.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Oh no, we have completed that one. Okay, and how far along is our fishing? We're about 60% of the way to ice fishing 3. Yeah, I was thinking maybe one thing we could do as we're running about and trying to find new sources of food, maybe we try some fishing in the freshwater. Like we could go to Mystery Lake per se. Plop ourselves down on the lake for a while. We have to get our hands on a fair amount of firewood and coal and such, but we can make that work. Yeah, rather than soak a bunch of cold damage. I mean, it's only 1 degree down, but our temperature gauge is just about out. So let's take Astrid up to this cabin up here. Just have her hang out for a bit, and then we'll have her make her way down and go back to the pile of meat.
It's goddamn freezing.
Oh, right. Thinking about the temperature reminds me of like the other kind of internal debate I was having. There is an argument for fixing up our bearskin bedroll. It makes sense. It's like it was still pretty decent shape, 70%, but it is starting to lose some of its allure. Alternatively, because we have, where's our archery? Archery 4. Okay, so we don't have archery 5 yet, but uh we did make fire hardened arrows. So if we could find ourselves some snow chickens and we could take out some of them, there is I think a bedroll in the Quonset. If we get our hands on that ptarmigan down, we could make a down bedroll, which is also quite warm and not that much heavier than a regular bedroll, and much less heavy than our 3 kilogram bedroll. Although it also removes the scare animals away check. So it's not an upgrade in every single department, just in several. And then if we did that, if we opted for the down bedroll, that would free up that bear hide, and we could turn that into a bearskin coat because we only need the one. And that would get us another 6 degrees plus warmth. It would absolutely nuke our sprint meter, but like the description says, you might not be able to run for much, but you might not have to. See, I don't know. I am kind of torn on which way to go there. Well, if that is the case, maybe what we should be doing is keeping an eye and an ear out for the ptarmigans and then plunking them whenever we have the opportunity. I think that said we needed. I think we need 10 down to make the down bedroll, and what do they get? They get like 4 down each. So you'd have to take out 3. Now, from what I've seen, if you're using a rock, you're gonna do well to get 1. But if you got your fire hardened arrows and you have the bow skill to drop them from a distance, you can take out a whole flock. Now there is also the slight matter of the time it takes to fully pluck your ptarmigans, but it's something you can do in low light conditions, so it's not. I guess it's not that much of a hassle. So, where in here have we encountered? I think the only place we've encountered ptarmigans in this zone, I think it was up by the lookout tower. Really? For serious? Sir, I'm not interested. Please for to go away. We are doing some very important strategizing here, and I will not have your insolence. I Nope. We have nothing given off a stick, at least according to the game. I guess sometimes there's just a wolf hanging out up here. I don't remember a wolf being up there, but all right, whatever. I think we have enough of a lead on them to where we just walk the dog for a while. And if we get too annoyed with them, and well, assuming we aren't already, we can take the cutback up toward the coal mine to go to PV, and then just let him air out his frustrations on his own time.
My fingers feel numb.
Yeah, we would have to switch back this way, and he'd probably just warp himself up the hillside, which I don't support those kind of shenanigans. Maybe instead we'll take the road down, and then we'll pop into the log sort, and we'll lose him that way. Yeah, you can tell I've been been one of the things Stalker does, it kind of desensitize you to wolves and their presence, which isn't necessarily a good thing. Like we are not on Stalker, we're on Interloper, and unlike Stalker wolves, Interloper wolves mean it. Fuck you.
It's dusk, so I can't be far behind.
Really, Astrid? That's your first comment upon after all that? You are bizarre, woman. You know that? Also, why would it just charge? Is there some timer where if you don't get rid of them, then they'll charge? Because it wasn't like it was closer. I kept up a steady pace. Anyway. No, everything looks okay. I think the deer bits might have lost a little bit, but not too terribly much. Yeah, that was fine. Oh, hang on. Bedroll? Nope. Didn't touch the bedroll. Huh. All right. Anyway. It is almost sundown, so yeah, actually, let's have Astrid warm up here real quick, like. Let's go ahead and take her back to the Quonset. Because then we can drop off the deer hides and guts. Cured guts, mind you. So no reason they should be giving off a stink. Yeah, and I think again and then in the morning, we can have Astrid go back up the hill, and we can see about relocating all that bear meat to a more convenient location. And it does appear as if it is about to shift into a blizzard, because it's been, apparently in the game's opinion, it's been entirely too long since we had a blizzard. You know, we're averaging a blizzard every day and a half on this run. So why not, you know? We're working on that, Astrid. Right now, what I need from you is just to keep matriculate yourself down the road here.
Wait. It's so cold. I'm warming up a bit.
We'll get you to the Quonset, where we should have a straight shot, because, well, I guess, again, this is me assuming, and we know what happens when we do that. But I'm operating under the assumption that the local unfriendlies will not have spawned there, because Astrid was not there. But as we've seen, this it doesn't take that. Sometimes the game will just surprise you, and you think, oh, it's a blizzard. It's not great, but at least there won't be any wildlife out. And then you hear the bork.
I'll do anything for a drink right now.
And if I'm honest, we might kind of, sort of, in a non-cheaty way, kind of also be grinding our way toward that Blizzard Walker feat. It's certainly not the most efficient or the safest way to go about it. That would be to have Astrid hold up safely in a fishing hut. With lots of firewood and coal and food and water, and then just ride it out. Then again, no one ever accused me of playing this game intelligently. Okay, here we are. There we go. We got our arrow materials and our bow making materials in there as well. We have 2 bows worth of material. There's all the food we left behind that we didn't anticipate we were going to need, but what do you know? Here we are, back again. Guts and the deer hide. Oh, we do have quality tools. How about that? Yeah, I guess if we're going to be staying in the region for a while, we don't need to go quite so hard on all that. Okay. No, we have that book. Yeah, we have water, and we have a cooking pot, so we could make porridge. You can ask for some food that way. Yeah, we got sticks aplenty. We can use the book. There we go. Okay. Go there. Use torch. Use frozen angler. And further confirmation, we did in fact finish all that research. I think we had I think we've read 3 copies of Frozen Angler.
Come on, little fire.
I think that in our extended fishing session only got us most of the way to fishing
yeah.
3.
That's a good one.
Okay. Oh, hey, no, let's go. I just said we're gonna make porridge. Yeah, 438 calories. That is a pretty good return, if I do say so myself. Oh, right. I should probably, put some fuel in that fire. That helped, don't you think? It needs 10 minutes. Yeah, could you cook up those acorns for me? Wait. Do we have a hammer? We do not have a hammer on us. Okay, no, I think our closest hammer is in fact in the muskeg. All right, fine. Oats cooked in water, sustaining and timeless. Okay, how many of those did we have? I think that was it. Okay, good, good. Yeah, cook up that birch bark. And that was all the birch bark we had. Ooh, we can make a rosehip pie. Fun. We'll hold off on that though. There we go. And then we'll just do another round of that. Okay, a little short on water. We can do something about that. Okay, you just need a little bit more fuel. Get through that cooking. That should do it. All right. Yeah, I don't think the repairs would be worth it. You know, definitely not those. And like we repaired these cloth items, we're going to be getting like 15% at most. Not not great return given we're trying to we're not like done levels of hoarding cloth, but we are we're trying to conserve. This unlike what we've been doing for most of the past month. This is a run we want to keep going as as long as we can. There we go. Actually, let's have you each make a half a liter. Just so we can have a little on the side. A little backup water. Okay, until Hinterland gives us the option to snuff out a fire and salvage some of the firewood. I guess I'm not sure how that would work. If you've got a fire that's going for X amount of minutes, you don't want to use like X minus 15. Just use the whole thing. So just all else fails, go make water, and have water you can leave yourself.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
All right, there we go. Okay, just at daybreak. See if we can leave a few more things behind before we go. Before we go on our meat expedition. Actually, what? Oh no, we're not carrying around the quality tools over in that other locker. That's fine. Alrighty. Making that last bit of birch bark. It's not going to make the morning that much warmer, but it's something. Okay, got those. Got those. Okay, so now let's head. Actually, no, we want to go. Yeah, go this way. Yeah, we're gonna go up the hill. We're gonna check in on our meat stash and see if at the very least we can move it closer to the cabin that has our curing bear hide and bear guts. And we'll want to check in on that anyway, because it's been a little while, and we'll also need to check in because by the time we get there, Azur's going to be pretty well frozen. Okay, hearing crows at the right ear. No, those are carrion crows. Those are not bear crows. It would be frightening if they were bear crows. That'd be a remarkably fast respawn time. Because I'm pretty sure the bear we took out was the one that the one whose bear cave is up not too far from here.
Did I say I hate being cold? Because I really do.
Can't say you mentioned it, Astrid. All right, there we go. Figured that was coming.
So cold in my life.
I mean, you were running around in a blizzard just last night, Astrid. Are you sure about that? Using snow coming down, but the visibility is actually getting better. What is that? Oh yeah, I think if my memory's right, that rope climb goes up to what is it? Oh, it's up to those where those cabins are, where the rabbits like to hang out. I don't know that I've ever actually climbed that rope. I usually just take the long way around. Here is our little curing trailer. Which means if we go further up the road, we will come to our pile of meat and our burned out fireplaces, or our campfires, wherein we were cooking said meat. Okay, it is 10%. It's only been curing for 1.2 days. That okay, I would have to go back to the VOD to make absolutely sure. That feel like it is, yeah, it is a 12-day cure, so it's not actually going to be quick. It's 12 days, right? Yeah, 12 days. And the fact that it's curing tells us, if it was, yeah, if it was not curing. It would say ruined, but I think Hinterland dealt with that bug. I think like most of the curing bugs, at least for now, appear to be limited to Forlorn Muskeg. So there's that. Okay, so that means you got like 10, yeah, 10 days in a bit. Excuse me. Oh yeah, okay, and those ticked up a percent just since we were here. Okay, so that puts my mind at ease, at least in terms of like any curing shenanigans. Now let's go see to our meat. So yeah, it gives us about another 10 days to figure out what we want to do with said bear hide. Is it destined to be a coat, or can we turn it into or use it to touch up our bedroll? Yeah, I think it's over this ridge that our meat stash is hiding. Hey, Rambling Bucket, good to see you. How you doing? How's your weekend going? Yes, yes, here we go. Yes, cooked. Okay, the fact that it's all still fresh, why does it always say bear meat? Okay, so now it's fresh. Weird. Okay, anyway. Yeah, good to see you, Rambling Bucket. Hope you're well. Okay, and here's all the bear meat we have yet to cook. Just chilling? Good. Yep, you are chilling, much like Astrid here.
I can't feel my hands.
Hang on. How much firewood do we have on us? Not that much. Maybe run around a bit, grab a few sticks. Yeah. Oh right, Bucket. Hey, I was just looking at looking at the info Steam gives me. I think did you try to raid me? I think in a recent stream. I I can't remember. I think if you caught me right at the end or after I had raided out, because I saw there was a raid from you, but I don't remember actually seeing you in there. If that's the case, I'm really sorry about that. I hate when that happens. Yeah, ideally we would chop this thing up. But I don't. We are already freezing. I don't want to spend another 45 minutes soaking that much cold damage. So let's just look for some sticks. You think you got okay? You have horrible brain. Well, I am right there with you. I am forgetfulness is at once both a problem and a superpower, especially in a world where people like to maliciously spoil things. If you have the ability to just let things drain from your mental RAM, it's kind of a safety mechanism. Hey, Mighty High, good to see you. Hope your weekend's going well. We are just hanging out here. The we put our tournament run to bed in record time. So Now I have we are dusting off the Loper run and then try. Well, I was gonna say we were trying to cook up some of this bear meat, but the game has decided to have the wind come in from an unfortunate direction. So when we get over there, I don't know that we will still be protected from the wind, which is honestly quite rude. But since we're in the neighborhood, we might as well find out. Because the game does seem to be throwing an unusual amount of blizzards at us, even for Loper. I'll, I'll check the official statistics once we get over the ridge here. If the game will let us. There we go. Are we protected from the wind? Nah, maybe. Okay. Yeah, in 104 days survived, we've had 75 blizzards. It's like, blizzard every other day-ish. Okay. Now, it says I'm protected here, but if I go here, okay, maybe. All right, we'll try it. I would like to get the rest of this meat cooked. It's not absolutely essential.
One little fire.
I mean, we've cooked almost all of it. It's just, well, it's partially it's the completionist in me, and also it's one more thing that'll help us keep passing time until the hide that was once attached to the bear, who was once attached to this meat. Well, that's curing.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
There we go. Yeah, I think we'll just. Are we already not protected? I don't know. Anyway, we'll ride this out as long as we can. The wind is going to change direction at some point, and it's going to ruin our fire, which is why I didn't put any coal on it. I just my circle of trust when it comes to the weather, and then this particular, because like it's fairly well protected from like most directions, but it feels like the game is just it's like the Velociraptors in Jurassic Park. It's just like they're probing, they're checking each and every little bit, trying to find the one weakness. Oh heck. Okay, I did not notice. The heat output was insufficient. That is something I should pay more attention to. Alright, fine. Take my coal. And then immediately blow out the fire.
Cold. I just want to lay down for a bit.
Actually, while we're here, maybe we can help ourselves. And, Speed Dash is warming up and they get a little condition back. Because we've lost a lot of condition just in this one little excursion. And there it is. Get absolutely humped, game. Although now the wind is coming from that way, and somehow drifting through a rock. What is okay? Oh, yeah, I should remove that. Thank you for reminding me, Rambling Bucket. That was for our Darkest Dungeon playthrough, where if people wanted, they could add themselves to the party and like, have one of our characters named after them, and maybe they survive, maybe they don't. Because the Darkest Dungeon it's quite rude in that way. It gets up to quite a few shenanigans. But yeah, I think it was Thursday when we finished that run. We finished the final 2 levels of the Darkest Dungeon. Um, we might go back to it. Is that we because you can't basically once you beat you can beat the final dungeon, but then you're in endless mode, and you can still get the other achievements, beat all the bosses, fully upgrade the town, that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's probably not something we're going to go back to anytime soon. So I think just in the interest of just to make sure no one at the very least no one wastes their channel points. I'll go ahead and just cycle that off. Although I think I'll just turn it off because like there could well be games in the future where we will have parties that we can add people to, and maybe in games where people will have a better chance of living for a while, as as opposed to Darkest Dungeon, which is it's a bit of a crapshoot, even if you're a good player and not a first time playthrough person like me.
I'll take it.
Oh, my dude, you don't have to get me into Stardew Valley. As much time as I put into the Long Dark, I have twice as many hours in Stardew Valley. I have like 1,200 hours in Stardew Valley on Steam because that was the that was the game that got me through TUJ, and that was the game that got me through grad school. There were times when I was just too tired. My brain said, no, I refuse to process any new information. And so I just loaded up loaded up Stardew. Only game you probably have come close to having that many hours is Simpsons Tapped Out. Which one is Tapped Out? I don't. Was that the beat 'em up or I don't. Yeah, my knowledge of the Simpsons series isn't what it should be. Oh, build your own Springfield game. Interesting. I did not know such a thing existed. Yeah, Cozy Grove I'm less into because if I understand correctly, that one I think it has like it has like the scheduling system like Animal Crossing, where like you're on other people's schedule. So if you're not there at a certain time, like they get annoyed at you. I think Disney Dreamlight Valley does the same thing, but like Stardew or Graveyard Keeper, or what's the other one? Oh yeah, the Australian Animal Crossing unofficial Dinkum. Anyone the game that lets you do things on your own time. I appreciate that. Mobile F2P, but you've infinite out so you can create the paid currency for free. Okay, well, so just sounds like that is a solved problem as far on your end. Okay, we are almost. Oh, are we down to the bitty bits? No, that's 9. That's 9. Okay, well, that's fine. Actually, you know what? I am ever so slightly paranoid. Why don't we just go ahead and drop another birch bark tea? Um, what we'll probably end up doing is doubling back to the curing trailer, just so we can make sure Astrid does not suffer more needless cold damage. Oh, you gotta head back? No worries. Appreciate you being here. No, not ST. I just this is it's wacky to me to have people checking in from the stadium. It's like, especially as for someone who was a sports writer for that for a good many years. Have people checking in from the stadium to watch me do my nonsense on Twitch. All right, appreciate you being. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, appreciate you being here, Cool. Have a great rest of your night, and if I don't see you, have a great rest of your Sunday too. Okay. Ooh, one more friendly to go, and then you're free. Nice. Yes. Stay strong. Is that okay? That's one of the bitty ones. We'll just go ahead and eat all of that if we can. Maybe we can. Good. And we'll drink that down before Astrid starts complaining. Because that's why we're here to just to keep our Wilstrid as quiet as possible. Well, here let's not wait around. We've seen the game is willing to get a little bit get a little bit sassy weather-wise. There we go. Okay. Ooh, and that okay. Barring shenanigans, that should finish out right about the same time as the campfire. Huzzah! Okay. Then the question becomes, do we? I mean, do we start shuttling this back and forth? Because we got to remember, it's gonna be heckin' cold. If I go far enough away from the fire, we're at -7, and that's with the warming up bonus. So we would be taking cold damage pretty quickly. Even though it's not all that far. Actually, we have one more thing of prepared birch bark, which we can just cook that up right now. Oh, geez. This is what I was afraid of. more weather shenanigans. It had been a whole, what, 8 hours since our last blizzard? Alright, yeah, it's only a matter of time before the wind changes direction and blows this out, so. Go ahead and grab that. Now, as we were saying yesterday, when the last blizzard rolled in, we do have the benefit of, in theory, having having the local wildlife clear out. So what we could do, we could actually put a dent in this pile and then schlep some of this back to the cabin. And we could, throw down our birch bark tea here. Give ourselves a warming bonus. But how much can we carry? Let's see. What's our calorie store here? Yeah, we wouldn't be able to put all that down. Let's see.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay, that's 12. We are just under 10 kilograms over. Although I think if we pick up our pot, yeah, that puts us over. I think if we drop one, there. Yeah, and the reason 10 kilograms is important is because being less than 10 kilograms over your carrying capacity means you can still sprint. Let's be smart about this. Again, the fact that we didn't have a visual on any wildlife means there shouldn't be any out in this blizzard. But do we want to stake the whole run on that being the case? I argue no. Because as we said during our playthrough of Darkest Dungeon, one of the things you want to do is that you have to assume the game is going to mess with you, so you have to give it as few opportunities as possible to engage in shenanigans. Run-ending shenanigans in particular. Okay, there we go. Let's pop in here real quick. There, it is now 11% cured. Okay, now obviously the blizzard's still going. And our warming bonus has just expired. But maybe we can take this opportunity to get the rest of the meat. Hey, Brady, good to see ya. How you doing? How's your weekend going? You catch me as we are just doing a little meat shuttle run. In the middle of a blizzard, as one does. But good to see you, Brady. Hope your weekend's going well. Okay. No, no. Oh, here we go. Good, yeah, okay. I was trying to remember how far down we had to go to grab this. You know what?
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
How much are we going to weigh if we grab every single piece of meat? 15 kilograms over. Well, we're going to make full use of the
Jesus,
blizzard, I
cold.
guess. Yeah, we absolutely cannot sprint. You working this weekend? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Although I'll be working tomorrow, so I feel you there. Not heard of this. It is not strictly survival. It is very much survival. Horror, well, that kind of depends on the player. This is the long dark.
God, yeah, freezing.
Basically, it's a kind of a post-apocalyptic setup. There is a massive geomagnetic event that fried all the world's electronics, and leading to widespread societal collapse. You know, the usual. But you don't. And what happens is you, the player, you are on a plane that crashes in the wilderness of northern Canada, and your job is just to survive as long as possible. And that's in the sandbox survival mode. What we're playing now. There is also a story mode that's more episodic,
I can barely walk with this much gear.
where you actually interact with NPCs. You play out it's a more fleshed out, and you also figure out more what happened to the world, what's happening here on Great Bear Island. Um, but in this one you are all alone. It's not even like Subnautica where you have voices in your head. But this is one of my favorite games because it's challenging, but a part of what draws me to it is it has a blend of like minimalism, scarcity, entropy, and permadeath that I don't see in any other game out there. Like there's not a lot of moving parts. You see those four icons in the bottom left? Your main job, you got to stay warm, stay rested, stay hydrated, stay fed. That's about it. Not it's not very complicated. But obviously, as you're seeing here, the game will do everything in its power to try to stop you from doing that. But and then it's also like a very much a scarcity issue because even on like we're playing this on like Interloper, which is like the hardest base difficulty. Also part of the reason we're having like blizzards every other day. But even on lower difficulties, you're not going to have everything you need. You're going to need to keep moving. And you keep looting, keep crafting, keep hunting, just to, stay ahead of the curve, stay alive. And entropy, the world is literally dying. It gets colder over time, and then you're going to run out of resources eventually. Animals respawn, but not as quickly as you need. You're going to run out of clothing or cloth to repair your clothes, and it's eventually the game wears you down over time. And at least in sandbox mode, when when the game does catch up to you, and that you see that the little bar between those four dials, when that's your HP bar. When that thing empties out, you're dead. There's no reloading saves. There's no respawn. Your save gets deleted. You start over. This is permadeath, and it's harsh. But at the same time, that harshness is part of what really makes the game. You know, it's what's giving surviving when you survive by the skin of your teeth. It's what gives you that thrill, that sense of accomplishment, and you add all that on top of a hauntingly beautiful soundtrack, a gorgeous kind of impressionistic art style that I like to call living inside a watercolor painting that wants you dead. it's a survival game experience I've never seen anywhere else, and I love it. Also, hi Q. I'm filling in Brady on kind of the basics of the Long Dark and why I and so many other people are into it. It's my usual spiel, and I know full well it isn't, it's not necessarily a game for everyone. Not everyone's gonna like the art style, not everyone is gonna appreciate permadeath, and that's fine. You don't have to. But I think if I'll say Brady, if that kind of setup does intrigue you, and I would say definitely give it a shot. Um, and yeah, and I will say like the game entered early access in like 2016, 2017, and it's still alive, still going, still thriving, and they're still putting out regular updates. And it's like after all that time, they only recently, back in December, put out their first DLC. Okay, yeah, thank you, Q. 2014. Yeah, so they've been going for a while, and it was only like in December when they said, "Hey, do you want to give us a little extra money?" And then the community said, "Heck yeah, we do." And I should say that the community is also one of the other things that really keeps bringing me back to this game. There's so many fantastic people around, and it's welcoming, and they're very helpful, but they're not pushy, they're not spoilery. No one's going to be saying, do this, do that. If you're not playing this difficulty, you're not a legitimate Long Dark player. We're we all just we all just kind of we help each other. We support each other. We follow each other on Twitch and YouTube and whatnot. And and then there's lots of toxic communities out there, and groups out there that make being into certain games very difficult. Like I know like I think Brady, you were probably there during Dan's his FromSoft playthroughs, and some of the people who came through, um, they were they were less than welcoming into Dan's foray into the Souls genre. That's really not the case in the Long Dark community. Uh, sounds interesting. You need to be in a very specific mood to play this. Put in the wish list. Check it out. Yeah, and yeah, check it out. Um, I also it'll. I think it probably comes down. It comes out on sale every so often, and you don't need the DLC if you don't want to. The base game you can get is fantastic and playable just as it is. So that they are the Dark Souls of people. Yeah, I remember that. So, although I would say that the mod they did come up with some very creative solutions to avoiding spoiler people in chat, and I may have to. I will say, Brady, I am at some point on this channel we are going to play Elden Ring, so I might have to steal some of their ideas, but that's going to be a ways away. Okay, I was going to do things. What was I going to do? I really don't feel like traveling back down to the Quonset. We don't really need much in, excuse me, much in the way of repairs. Our clothing is fine. I was concerned about food, but then we got our bear buffet, so we're set there. Yeah, let's touch this up a bit. One good thing about all that sprinting about is that it did tire Astrid out, so we'll be able to put her to bed and then I should make sure to give her a full-on sleep. And yeah, I will say, buddy. Oh, I said, buddy. Yeah, ready. The one note is that the story mode that Q is talking about, um, that is actually not. That is not permadeath. Yeah, so that's why a lot of the like people who are just starting out of the game, they're generally encouraged to check out story mode. That's the closest thing the game has to a tutorial. Yeah, you can save freely, you can reload saves. It gives you much more freedom to wander about, try things, learn by doing. So if you don't want to like watch YouTube guides or streamers, you don't have to. That you can go experiment on your own. Yeah, survival mode. It saves like when you go in, like when you transition in or out of a place, when you sleep, and yes, if you happen to get a sprain or you get an animal attack or you or you say get food poisoning, then the game saves right away. Story and tutorial and sandbox later. Okay. Yeah, yeah. It is. It is a. It's definitely it's a unique approach. It's not there's I will say there's not a lot of hand holding. You know, you will very much learn by doing. But yeah, the a lot of people appreciate that. Yeah, I think we've done all we can do, short of repairs and such. But the hour's late. Oh yeah, and each chapter will teach you a few things. The first chapter has the most, obviously, because you're just starting out. But like you'll learn how to operate weapons, how to deal with wildlife. Um, and it'll also take you to a few zones that will be well, they'll be very educational, shall we say. It'll start you out in a couple of very gentle zones, and over in story mode, episodes 1 and 2, and then episodes 3 and 4, which are the other ones that are out right now. They will well they'll kick things up a bit. Okay, I guess in the absence of being able to go anywhere, let's just did I did I see cabin fever risk? No. Okay, good. Oh, it must have been sprain risk going away. All right, I see. I would have been mega annoyed if it sprung cabin fever risk on us, especially since we spent basically most of the last day outside. Okay, and yet, yeah, TLD is very much its own beast. People talk about like Green Hell or Subnautica or the Forest, and there's some similarities between them, but I think there's more. There's enough difference between them that you can play each of them and then have your own experience, have an enjoyable but differentiated experience in each one. All right, come on, bed. There we go. Bed. Thank you. Just want to get some get some visibility in here. Yeah, the guts are progressing, and the bear hide is progressing much slower. But that's to be expected. 5 days versus 12. Okay, and we do have our little bear buffet here. Which thankfully, since wolves don't come up and then just run off with your meat anymore, we can feel more comfortable about leaving stuff outside for nature's freezer to work its magic. I did, yeah, I mentioned that we are doing this on Interloper, the hardest difficulty. There are 3 levels of difficulty below Interloper. There's Pilgrim is the lowest difficulty. The animals are passive there. None of the animals will actually attack you. They'll only come after you if you attack them first. And even then, it's only the wolves and the bear and the moose. Voyager is the base one. The predators will do predator things, but there's still, lots of loot. The weather's still fairly forgiving. I mean, you can still die on any of these difficulties, but Voyager that's about like the baseline level. Stalker, there's a little less loot. The weather's harsher, but the biggest change is that there is an absolutely absurd amount of wolves out in the world, and they all want a piece of your booty. But thankfully, they don't actually hit all that hard, so that's fine. And then Interloper, this is basically the game at its meanest. There's the least amount of loot. The quality is not great. Some loot just does not exist on this level, like knives, hatchets, expedition parkas. Uh, the first 2 you can craft, the last you cannot. And like the weather is as bad as it gets, and the other thing is there's actually fewer wolves on Interloper than Stalker, but the wolves on Loper they hit like a truck. And yeah, also this on this level, guns are not a thing. I mean, the knowledge of them exists because you will find skill books for your various rifle and revolver skills, but barring a very specific bug, you're not going to find any. So you have to make yourself a bow and arrow, or find one of the very few flare guns out in the world, and then also find the flare shells, which will probably be somewhere different. But yeah, I don't we don't not we don't mean to overload you ready. As by all means, just put it in on your wish list and then keep an eye out. I will say on this channel, we're kind of like 50-50 long dark and then other various and sundry fun, chill indie games. Well, I say fun, chill. We did just have an extended playthrough of Darkest Dungeon, which is not chill and fun in very specific ways. All the way out there, huh? I'm not dealing with this. Go away. Oh, I never searched this one. How about that? Unlikely to be anything interesting up there. All right. Oh, shush. Okay. Alright, I got eyes on that annoying wolf right over there. Unfortunately, it has decided to patrol right in front of the building we want to go into. And there's another one, right? God, they're doing the same thing. One wolf out front, one wolf behind. Or at least there was. One of them ran
Oh,
off,
so cold.
hopefully from us. Quickly, Astrid. Inside! Okay, there we go. Did I leave any water behind? I did not. Okay. I thought they fixed Space Bear Q. Did they not? I mean, it's hilarious if that's true. Oh no, it's still a thing. Wow. Wow. According to Nog. Okay, well, if anyone would know, it would be him. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's almost 12:30. It's slightly usually we go about for another half hour or so, but I am I am wiped and I gotta work tomorrow. So we're gonna call this slightly early. Just give Astrid a quick nap to warm up and to drop a save. There we go. 105 days, 21 hours, 16 minutes. Nice. Oh, that's not what we want. There we go. Yeah, and in those 105 plus days, we've had 76 blizzards. Okay. Yeah, we're going to call it there, folks. All right. Well, thank you so much to everyone for hanging out with me tonight. Really appreciate that. Big thanks to Q and Brady Buddy for the chat. All thanks to Dokul for Ramblin' Bucket for coming by, Mighty High, and then Bash and Sweet. Also big thanks to Sweet for the biddies. And also to Oliver, who was here earlier. But yeah, thanks to everyone for hanging out for for the tournament run. That was a great success, and also for just a little bit of Interloper to close out the night. But also thank you to the lurkers. Yeah, we as you always say here, the lurkers are the backbone of Twitch, and we're happy to have people hanging out in whatever form they choose to. But we'll close out as we always do by finding someone to raid. Let's see who is out there. Let's see, we got Psy doing the long dark, Strawberry Cherry doing the long dark. Snooze, I think. Oh, Snoozy is just chatting. We got PT. Longshot's playing Don't Starve. Whomst do we want to surprise and delight? Well, let's see. Okay. Oh, Sai is just getting going. He's only been on for about 10 minutes. Now, Sai doesn't always accept raids, so let's make absolutely sure before we go. Is last thing you want is to try to raid someone who is not into that sort of thing. Okay. No, I think we're good. Okay. Yeah, folks, we're gonna go raid Sai. He is also doing a tournament run. I think he's trying to get his get back on the leaderboard for the tournament finishes out on the first. So if you can, stick around for the raid, show him some love, and big thanks to everyone. We'll yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna play. You'll just have to show up and find out. So have a great rest of your day, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.